What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you a dip video. Craziness, right? Whoop. Yeah, I can't believe I'm doing this. We're going to talk about the Warden. So let's, to use examples, we're going to go at a random match that we had against Guantanamo Bay. Don't let the score fool you. These guys are good. The other thing is we had a town hall advantage. So that's not what this video is about, though. This video is about the Warden and basically how to secure 11 versus 10 dips. It's, I'm really at odds to do this video, but I'm going to save this as I record this. I guys saw the date of the 18th. I'm not going to post this until after the weekend in case Guantanamo Bay wants to use some of these spaces for their Champion War League this weekend. Okay, so taking a look at the dips, look how close they were. But I think they had the top four were all 11. So they were 1, 2, 3, 4. They were 50% for their dips. And then on our side, look at the 99%, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Erotic didn't even use his. But about 50%. But look at the 99% and the high 90s. I mean, it's never a guarantee is the message that I was trying to convey with that. Let's focus on what makes, in my opinion, why I was so reluctant to do this is 11 attacking a 10 is the exact same strategy, in my humble opinion, as a Town Hall 10. The difference is you have higher levels of troops, and you get but the most key important ingredient there is the Warden, especially a level 20 Warden. And that's where that's where I'm going to focus on for this video. So for the Warden has the ability that whenever you're in the Aurora, that it gives a 50% buff to your overall HP of any troop inside that. So what does that mean? If you have a bowler in there, a level 3 bowler, it now has the same hit points as probably a level 6 hog, up in the 500 to 600 HPS. And don't quote me on the exact ones, but that's what the Aurora does. So not only do you have higher troops, you have higher health of your troops as well whenever you're in 11 attacking. The other thing that that is important about the Warden, which we're going to discuss about this, both the HP buff as well as the ability. The Eternal Tomb ability grants on the level 20 Warden 5 seconds of invincibility, and that's also going to be key, and that's really what nails down the success of a Town Hall 11 dipping on a 10. The last thing is that the way that the Warden behaves is that it follows the highest housing space of a troop, like a queen being a level 25, and you put down some miners, some wizards behind that, Warden will going to follow the queen. Or it follows the largest mass of troops. And we're going to see all those in motion. 2 or 3 different types of Town Hall 11 dips on 10. I promise no mass bowlers. And different people doing the attack. So without further ado, with that out of the way, let's focus at it. Respect out to Guantanamo Bay. My goal is not to burn your bases in any way. It's really to show respect to you guys, as well as this is something that a lot of viewers want to see. It's really controversial to show a dip or not. So forgive me, but that's not my intent to be disrespectful. Let's start with number 8. We have Ghost. All these are cleanups, by the way. So looking at this base, he's going to do a Gobo Lalo. The key that he's focused on is that in all the replays, you're going to see a common theme. Have a goal for whatever you want your Warden to get. I think he just might be doing some percentages on the side. So he's got a golem down to a walking golem to tank for the queen to get in there, holding on to the Warden. Once the golem goes down, the Warden will come down. You'll see that. But the reoccurring theme that you're going to see is that you must have a goal for your Warden. And most cases that I've seen in all the 11s dipping on 10s is that the Warden's goal is usually an Infernal Tower, an AQ, and either a bow or an air defense or one other critical defense. So Here he has the using the Warden to give a buff to the Queen as she pops her ability, already took out the Inferno. Now it's going to hang out going by the mass of troops. of the bowlers, giving them a buff of HP. Obviously, they walked. He didn't want them to walk. They ended up beating through the wall, and then he took out 2 air defenses here with that. So the goal for the Warden was to take out the Infernal Tower and then 2 air defenses with the Queen. And if we pause it here, look what's remaining with 2 sweepers blowing this way. He has 2 hounds and 16 loons, 3 haste, a rage, and a freeze. That is a recipe for success. Even though it didn't go exactly to plan. We'll push play. We'll go to ×2 because I have other examples to show you. But the main takeaway from this is make sure you have a goal for your Warden. Utilize the fact that it buffs the, commonly we see them behind queens, buffs that HP for the queen, but as well as the bowlers as well, that when you send them in there, and this was a perfect segue to be the next part of the video here, where we not only talk about the buff or the troops being in the Aurora, but we talk about when to use the Eternal Tomb ability, which wasn't commented on in this replay. So we'll go to ×4, nothing but cleanup. Nice Gobo Lalo dip on this ghost. Well, bounce out of this one. Go look at another replay. We're gonna go down just a little to number 9, and then we have Cass doing a hobo. No queen walk this time. And this was actually one that I scouted, so I know where he's going to go. Going to start from the top. Now, it's that 5 seconds is a long, long time. Think of it almost the same as long as a freeze would last you. A max freeze. If I'm not mistaken, it's 5 seconds. I could be wrong after the update, but maybe it's 6. But it's similar to as long as a freeze would last you, and how when you time when to unfreeze in Inferno to make sure that you get that down if you're approaching with ground troops without the Town Hall 10. So he's got a funnel going on the right-hand side. This was actually a walking golem. I did a queen walk for this as an opener test. Gonna go down towards the left here. The goal for the Warden and the kill squad push up in here is to get this Infernal, the Queen, and then basically this half of the base, and you'll see it. So the jump is down. Look how long he waits until he uses the Eternal Tomb ability. He doesn't need it yet. He doesn't need it yet. He is waiting. Push pause. He's waiting so that the bowlers step up into taking the streams of the Infernal, because basically the job of his bowlers is to get this Infernal. So his Eternal Tomb ability usage is going to be specifically for his bowlers. Bowlers are the bomb. And not only that, they're also being 50% HP increased right now. So they're like 6, so they have a little bit more time than what you would normally think than what a Town Hall 10 would be using with a level 2. But he's patient with it. Look at just waiting for it, waiting for it. They step up in there. Now he uses it. 2, 3, 4, 5. It wears off. But by then, the Infernal Tower is down. And he still has a queen ability. He started in the hogs from the bottom here, leading them with a heal. He still has a heal and a freeze in the bag. Same troop composition that a Town Hall 10 would have, but the only difference was when he chose to use that Eternal Tomb ability that was crucial enough to take down a much needed defense of that Infernal Tower. And as they enter in, we go to ×2. To this side, obviously there's going to be a freeze and a heal right there that's going to finish off the base as he just popped his last AQ ability. There's one example. Great job, Cass, on a shattered hobo of a Town Hall 11 dipping down on the Town Hall 10. Good timing on that. So we go to ×4, nothing but cleanup. Great job, Cass. On the next one, we're going to go to Town Hall 2. We're going to go to number 10. And we have, again, Cass. Perfect with the dips. Going to do a Gobo Lalo, similar to what we saw Ghost do. We're going to go from I believe the bottom side. We'll wait here. See where he's going to go. Yep, bottom side. Starting a funnel, obviously that when we enter, the goal of the Warden in this one is to sustain the bowlers long enough to get into this section right here, to get these 2 air defenses, since we are doing the Gobolo and this Infernal Tower. Ultimately, also get the Queen, because it is an air attack. So the jump is down. Look at these bowlers. They do split on him, which is unfortunate. He's going to use, their down goes down the rage. Poison is already down. Half his bowlers missed. He uses the ability right now. These bowlers that split on him were supposed to be in here, but now the BK is all by himself. As we push play, he's really using it to sustain his BK to get there, to get all the way over to get to the queen. And the bowler's obviously enraged as well, but he misses it. There was too much stalling out of the CC, as well as most of the bowlers walked on him, or else the queen wouldn't have got down. So this was almost perfectly to plan. Really patient on the Eternal Tomb ability, using it at the opportune moment. But then he still moves on with the rest of the attack, sticking to the plan, which is also misses the freeze on this as well. But sticking to the plan, doesn't give up on it. These lava pups end up taking out the queen, which is really fortunate. Queen goes down again. Didn't go according to plan, missed the freeze, half his army split on him, but he stuck to the plan and still got it done because of the great patience and the plan, having a plan for his Warden on the kill squad entry. As we go to ×4, it's nothing but cleanup. I got one more to show you, and then we'll call this a video. Great job, Cass. We'll get out of here, and then for this last one, we have another hobo for number 12, and we have Utvan. This one actually didn't even go according to plan. The Warden's job is to sustain the bowlers. As we get a minion going on for the funnel, he's going to want to enter through this section right here. But the Warden's job is to sustain the bowlers at the opportune moment when they get around this Infernal Tower to get the CC, Infernal Tower, and the AQ. Everything remaining after that is 2 heals, a freeze, and 22 hogs, is a way to look at it. The kill squad gets in there, so a little bit of a wall breaker fail. A little bit, it was. Sorry about that. No disrespect to you, buddy. Wall breaker fail right there. BK goes in there, entering in. Here comes the Warden. Everybody now has, including both Royals, 50% more HP than what the troop normally does, which is tremendous, especially for the Queen and BK. They still beat through the wall here, and he's very fortunate with the combination of the bowlers down here, the little bit of bounce. Queen walks on him. That's really, really unfortunate. Queen is all by herself in BFE, but he sticks to the plan here because he still has just a handful of bowlers. He uses the Eternal Tomb ability, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was a little bit late there. It goes down, misses the Infernal Tower, sticks to the plan. They hang down to the bottom here, and then just compliments his attack. He basically says, I'm going to send everything along the way, the hogs here, and just bum rush the back inside here, while the Queen is basically almost done on the top end here. But didn't go according to plan because his Queen walked out on him. Queen no doubt would have got that, but the takeaway remains the same. In order to successfully dip down from 11 down to a 10, you need to, 1, have a plan for your Warden. Number 2, patient with your Eternal Tomb ability to maximize obtaining that objective. Whether it's most commonly, having bowlers take down an Infernal Tower is probably the biggest one. What I see Town Hall 10s, I even do it myself in the low-level Spectrum of War, is I use Giants to help take up the streams of the multi-Infernals to protect my fragile bowlers, because I don't have the ability of a Warden, basically, plus 50% of their HP, which would help out a ton. Hopefully these tips were helpful for you about how to maximize the usage of your Warden whenever you're doing gobolos or hobos or things like that. Even a bitch attack, a bowler witch attack. The concept remains the same. You want to make sure you have a plan for that Warden to hit the objective of taking down the Infernal Tower without losing your witches and your bowlers, because that's your main attack in force, and use the Eternal Tomb ability right at that critical moment, in order so that they accomplish that first go on their initial push. So hopefully these talking points were helpful for you. I got to give a disclaimer. I'm not an 11, so let the hate comments fly. I'm sure I might have said some things that were way out of line. Not my intent. I really just wanted to appease the viewers that were asking for some dips and talk through some advice about what makes them work and things like that. So hopefully I accomplished that goal. Once again, it's Brutus. And respect out to Guantanamo Bay, guys. Great war. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you're going to be better than a double, and I'll check you next time.